There was a moment when home movies meant a big, bulky machine humming under the TV, a plastic cassette sliding in with a satisfying click, and the world at your fingertips. Rewind, pause, record. That machine was the VCR, or video cassette recorder, the VHS era breaker. In the living rooms of the 1980s and 90s, it changed how we watched, remembered, and shared. Today we rewind that story. Think back. You and your family settled in for a Friday night film, you popped in a tape, the screen flickered, the whir of tape spools started, and you were off into adventure. Suddenly, watching television wasn't just passive, you could choose your time, record, rewatch. This is the story of the VHS player, how it began, rose to dominate home entertainment, and eventually faded, yet left a cultural mark no flat screen could fully replace. The road to the VCR began long before you'd ever seen one. In the 1950s, videotape recorders existed, but only for broadcast studios. High cost, reel-to-reel tapes, none of the simplicity of a home machine. In 1964, Sony introduced the CV-2000, the world's first home-use VCR. It used a reel-to-reel format, black and white, far from the machines we remember. But the real breakthrough arrived in the mid-1970s. In September 1976, JVC released the HR-3300, the first VHS, video home system, machine, marking a turning point. Almost simultaneously, the format war began. Sony's Betamax format had launched in 1975, promising sharper picture quality. Yet VHS offered longer recording time, lower cost, and open licensing to other manufacturers, a combination that tilted the market. By the early 1980s, homes across the world were outfitted with VHS machines. Video rental stores popped up on every corner. Suddenly, you could record a live broadcast, rewind a moment you missed, or rent a movie and watch it whenever you pleased. It shifted control from broadcasters to viewers. During the 1980s and 1990s, the machine became a cultural fixture. Camcorders brought the VCR into home video territory, weddings, vacations, family birthdays, all recorded on VHS. Blank tape stacked beside the machine. The ritual of rewind before you return became real. Technological improvements followed, VHS-C for compact tapes, SVHS for higher quality, dual-deck recorders, and more. But as the millennium approached, new formats emerged. The next act was coming. Close your eyes and remember, the glowing LED counter blinking 00, the tape ejecting with a spring, the faint static when the picture first resolved. The smell of plastic, the handwritten label on the cassette, Vacation 92, Saturday cartoons, home video moments. Friday night rentals, you and friends trudging into the video store, browsing through racks of boxes, reading the blurbs on the back, debating which tape to choose. That sense of choice. That tangible moment. And then the sound of the tape spool rewinding, faster as you hit rewind, perhaps hearing the whir and wondering if you'd get caught for returning late. It wasn't perfect, sometimes tracking was off, colors a little fuzzy, the tape worn. But that imperfect texture is part of the charm. For many of us, these machines held memories. Family movies played over and over. The VCR was a memory keeper as much as a movie player. But all good things fade. In the late 1990s, the disc formats arrived. DVD promised crisp picture, bonus features, no rewinding, no worn-out tapes. By the 2000s, homes began to replace VCRs with DVD players and combo units. Blank VHS tapes were no longer sold as enthusiastically. The last major Hollywood release on VHS was in 2006. Eventually, even the last manufacturers dropped production. The analog box that had ruled our living rooms quietly stepped aside. What does the VCR era mean today? It means a time when watching didn't just happen, you chose when and how. A time when the act of pressing rec meant capturing real life, not just streaming. Those spinning reels, that tactile cassette, the family gathered around, it wasn't just hardware, it was connection, ritual, memory. The digital world may deliver perfection, speed, convenience, but it lacks the grain, the hum, the physicality of the tape. And maybe that's why we still miss it. Thanks for rewinding with me on Retro Treasure Unearthed. Hit subscribe if you're a fan of old tech with big stories, and I'll see you in the next one, when we uncover more treasures of the past.